I've been using the company iWriter to outsource content for my website for almost 2 years now. There are some great writers on the platform, but you probably have to weed through the trash in order to find them. There's a lot of different companies that you can outsource content from, but I haven't managed to find any that offer the same things that iWriter does. With iWriter, you get a tiered plan system, so you can buy the content that you can afford. You are also pretty much guaranteed high quality content, because if you don't like the content that you receive, you're able to reject it and put the article back in the queue for somebody else to write it. iWriter also offers monthly deals, and oftentimes you can get free backlinks from the Hoth if you spend over a certain amount of money per month, depending on the deal. So let's look at all this a little bit further and check out just why I love to use iWriter when I outsource my content. So let's talk about iWriter's tiered plans that are affordable. So a feature I really like about iWriter is its tiered plan system. So you can buy content that's very cheap, that's less than a cent per word, all the way up to content that's very expensive, that's over 7 cents per word, and anything in between. I've tried all the different tiers, so I have a good idea of the quality you can expect from each of the different tiers. The standard tier, which is the cheapest tier, in my opinion, it's not worth it because the content that you get is going to be so poorly written that you're pretty much going to have to change everything and basically rewrite the entire article. I think, personally, in my opinion, it's just a waste of time and a waste of money. The Elite Plus tier is the most expensive plan, and it'll give you the best content available on the site. But if you're a new publisher, then it's going to be very hard to find a positive ROI with this tier. The article that you buy will be over $70 per 1,000 words, and in my opinion, for most people, this is just too much money. You can actually go one tier down to just the Elite tier, and a 1,000 article now becomes only $20, so you're paying a third of the price. And in my opinion, the quality of the content hasn't diminished that much. And what's interesting is Elite Plus writers will oftentimes write for articles in the Elite tier because there's just not enough people ordering Elite Plus articles. So you'll spend $20 on content, but you'll get a writer that normally it's $70. So in the end, the quality content that you get from the $70 is basically the same as the $20 plan. So you're really just wasting money if you buy the Elite Plus. So in the end, if you're going to buy content from iWriter, I highly recommend just sticking with the Elite tier. The next thing that I like about iWriter is that you get good content or you don't accept it. I haven't tried really any other writing services, but I've seen other people review them and I haven't seen anybody mention this. With iWriter, if you don't like the content that you get, you can either request a revision or you can just straight up reject it and put it back in the queue for somebody else to write. This, in my opinion, is what makes iWriter so amazing. So I've received content in the past that was just not up to my standard. So I messaged the writer and gave him some revisions that I'd like him to make. And within a few hours, sometimes up to a day, the writer would rewrite the content and made it good enough to put on my website. There's been other times where the content that I received was obviously just spammy garbage. And I just, instead of even requesting a revision, I just went ahead and rejected the content altogether and blocked the writer and put it back on the queue and waited for somebody else to write it. You can also block writers so they don't write for you again. And it's good to use this feature if you receive poorly written content from a certain writer. That way they won't try to write for you again and you don't have to deal with them in the future. Overall, this is a good feature to have because a lot of people think that they can get away with turning in low quality or even spun content from an AI service like Jarvis and think they can get away with it and nobody will notice.
Okay, this is the article that Nathan got back, and this is what the AI sent back. I know a little bit of this guy who already had done a lot in my life. He really wanted to learn how to make quiche. My big deal in the beginning of the program was finding a quiche bottle that I kept in my closet. The only thing I was missing were 2 bottles of beer that I had a couple days ago. I found this bottle and it really was my quiche, and I had that bottle in the closet. The beer was great, but my friend said she saw a lot of people in the office of our store. He said he had a quiche bottle named Poster Clipped. The bottle opened over and the bottle was now gone. I was doing a great job, but the next thing I saw was the label and there was a bottle sitting at the bottom of my bottle. That's right, one day I saw an advertisement in the store for quiche bottles at our place on 15th Street. The name Osterklipped was Osterklipped. So there you have it. The name quiche is finally being called the quiche. Okay, this is absurd.
Honestly, it's really easy to notice when people are doing this. Whenever I receive content like this, I will immediately reject it and block the writer. If you're enjoying this video so far, I would really appreciate it if you just spent 2 seconds of your time to just leave a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot and I'll really appreciate it. Thank you, and back to the video. Another thing I like about iWriter is the monthly deals, and if you're already buying content, then why not receive free stuff for doing it? Sometimes you can get free content from iWriter, but what I really like is when they offer the deal for spending over $500 in a month, you get a free backlink from the Hoth. When I was building my main website, I really capitalized on this deal. So sometimes I would even deposit enough to get 2 backlinks in the month. And by the time I spent all the money in my account, iWriter would have another deal for more backlinks that I would utilize. This really motivated me to spend more on content to really jumpstart my site. And also the backlinks that I was getting helped build my website's domain authority, which I really think made a huge difference, because on a new domain, my website was bringing in nearly 10,000 page views a month after only 3 to 4 months. And none of my other websites have really performed this well. So I really think it could have been from this. If you're going to buy content for your website, definitely check out iWriter. You really can't beat guaranteed quality content as well as free backlinks. I'll leave a link down in the description box below where you can check out the service. If they have an affiliate program, then it will be an affiliate link. If you're still not sure about outsourcing with iWriter, then you should check out my most recent income report. My main website has generated over $1,000 per month, and all the content on that website is nearly 90% of it is written by content that I outsourced from people on iWriter. So definitely check that out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.